Welcome to AlphaCars and Motorcycles. Today we're taking a close look at this 2016 Porsche Cayenne. This Cayenne only has 39,000 miles on it, and it has a clean Carfax report with all factory original paint confirmed by our paint meter. It does have paint protection film applied to the full front end, which I will show a bit later in this video, which is a huge value added improvement and great protection. This has over $10,000 in factory options, including these 19-inch Cayenne Turbo wheels, this gorgeous moonlight blue metallic color, and the premium package, which offers a host of other very nice options as well. So in this video, we're gonna do a very thorough inspection and learn a little bit more about this Cayenne. Even at the end of the video, we'll get it up on our lift and check out the underbody condition. This car has no rust, and that's not an exaggeration. It's from Florida. It's very, very clean underneath, quite impressive. Stay tuned to the end of this video if you want to see that. If you are interested in this Cayenne, it is for sale at the date of this video posting, and you are just one click away from viewing the current availability. If it is still available, then there will be a price there for you to view. Also, if you're not local to us, but you're still interested, well, give us a call, 978-263-9000. We can go over all of the transportation options with you. You can send us an email as well, sales@alphacars.com. We make the buying process very easy and enjoyable, and in the end, you'll have a very nice Cayenne delivered right to your driveway. But now, let's take a closer look at this Porsche. Let's start out by doing an exterior walk around, and then I'll point to some closer things. We can inspect all the panels and that paint protection film on the front nice and close. We are battling a bit of sunlight and uneven shadows today, so I apologize for the lighting. I've got the vehicle kind of in our best spot where the lighting is as even as it gets. But as we just walk around the vehicle here, it really looks super impressive. The paint's super glossy. There's no considerable imperfections. The taillight lenses are super clear. Even looking at the roof here, super glossy, great condition. That panoramic sunroof looks great as well. A little bit of dust on there from being out here in windy New England just for a day, but the windshield looks very nice as well. No pitting or chips or anything like that. Now that we've done sort of a quick walk around, let's just go around and note some closer areas. We can see the edges of the mirrors, no damage there, which is always nice to see. Looking down the edge of the panel, we'll be able to see any dents or dings, if there's any irregular light being reflected. But as you see here, everything looks great, and we have a little bit of the sun glare there, so let's go from this angle and check that out. It's literally like a mirror. Let's look at the wheels on this side. The wheels are in excellent condition. Calipers look great. No rust or anything on the brakes. We can see there, even the rotor hats, everything is just in excellent condition. That wheel looks awesome. Now let's go around to the driver's side here, and let's go down our panel. I'll move the camera in various spots so we can see if there's any dings or damage. And at least from this angle, I'm having a hard time finding anything to note. It all looks awesome. Even the little bit of plastic trimmings around the wheel arches has a nice deep black shine. This wheel is looking awesome. I don't see any imperfections on there. Some very nice Michelin tires. Always great to see a high quality tire like a Michelin put on these vehicles. You know that the previous owner, then they really cared about the vehicle. They didn't cheap out on maintenance. They put the, high quality tires on there that were designed to work with the vehicle in the first place. Now looking at the hood, this whole hood has paint protection film. So if this was, peeled off, then the paint would pretty much be perfect underneath. It already, of course, looks pretty much perfect with the paint protection film. Of course, this was applied before we acquired the vehicle, and we would imagine that it was done when the vehicle was new, because if we look down the sides of the panels, the paint condition underneath the film looks as new. It looks so nice. Even down here at the bottom, You can see it's wrapped around the edges properly. There's even film on this little panel right here. They really did every little spot on this car, including the front bumper. And you can see there's no holes in the front bumper for a plate, for a license plate, which is always a nice thing to see. So if you do live in a state where you need a front license plate, then there are other options to mount one and of course not drill the bumper. And I don't really see any imperfections, maybe a couple light little pieces of what would be a stone chip, but the paint protection film, protected the bumper. That's what it's there for. So there's a couple little, light cosmetic blemishes here and there, but they're actually really hard to see. And the paint underneath, is fully protected. So that all looks awesome. And now going around to the back of the vehicle, let's take a look. We've got the spoiler here, the rear glass, rear tailgate, that beautiful Porsche Cayenne badging there. Looking at the angles of the tailgate. I apologize for the weird lighting today. It's really not fun to work with. And now let's open up the tailgate. We have one-touch operation and it works awesome. And check this out. The bumper, a couple light, very light little scuffs here and there, but actually really hard to see, really have to point them out. Even all of the jams here, the inside of the taillights, everything is as glossy as the outside of the car. You can just tell this Cayenne was always regularly detailed and cared for. You've got the factory tow hitch there, adding a ton of utility, whether you want to do some towing or maybe put some mountain bikes on the back. Really, the possibilities are endless there. And we have some nice dual exhaust pipes that look awesome as well. Now what I'm going to do is hit the button here and let the tailgate close on its own. We can see it works great. And I'm going to pull the vehicle around to a shady spot where we can take a nice look at the interior. And now with the Porsche in a shadier spot where the lighting is much more even, let's open up our cargo compartment once again and check this out. We've got a very nice WeatherTech floor liner, and something I just laid out just before this video starting was the front floor mats there, factory Porsche floor mats, and we've got the WeatherTech rear floor mats there, nice one-piece situation, and we've got the WeatherTech liner in the back. So let's actually remove this very carefully here, making sure to pick it up over the bumper, and check this out. Because it's had that liner in there, the cargo floor material looks great. Same thing with all the sides. This beige color, beautiful interior color. These Porsches that have the Luxor beige, but it does tend to, I don't want to say stain easily, but it'll show if it's dirty very easily. So when you find one of these and it really does look this good, it's really been taken care of. Looking underneath the cargo floor, we've got the spare here, we've got the jack, factory toolkit, all of that, all the different items there, including the compressor to blow up the tire or inflate the tire on that spare. We've got the tonneau cover here. Always a great thing to see. This is easily removed, actually using this button, and then this piece slides in and then you can take it out. It's easily removed, but the only drawback is we find that cars tend to lose those pretty easily. Someone might take it out, put it in their garage, kind of never put it back in or misplace it. So that's awesome to see it in here. And if we look at the rear seating surfaces here, it all looks so nice. The carpet looks nice. We've got our protective plastic down there. We've got the adjustable vents back here, a little cubby, as well as a couple different outlets there. Looking at the headliner looks super nice, as well as the sunroof there. Really such a nice place to be, and it really looks, as new on the inside. Looking at the door panel here, we've got the little storage compartment there. All of the door jambs and seals, everything looks great. Super clean, no corrosion, anything like that. And if we go over to the passenger side now, let's open up this door. And everything presents the same. such a comfortable place to be. No matter where you are in these cars, the rear seat or the front seats, the leather is just so comfortable. Looking at our door panel here, same sort of cubby, works great. Door jambs all present the same. Really, really nice. And now the edges of the doors, of this door rather, and same thing. I just like to show that there's no damage to any of the door edges here, and everything presents as it should. Now moving our way to the front of the vehicle, we've got the passenger front door panel. Of course, our memory settings for the front seat there. We've even got the 3 memory settings on the passenger seat. A lot of vehicles with the memory seats, they might only have memory on the driver's seat. This vehicle does have both front seats, and they are the electric 14-way adjustable. They're so comfortable in this car. Now looking at the carpet here, it looks great. Minor little imperfection there in the little Cayenne plate there, but everything else looks good. Looking at the driver's seat from here and the dash, all looks awesome. Let's look in the door jambs here now. It's all just super impressive. Now let's actually, before we go to the driver's side, we can open up our glove box, and the soft open feature does work great. Always check that on used cars. If the glove box is kind of used improperly or not treated well, the soft close, or soft open rather, sometimes won't work anymore, but this one works great. And we've got all of our factory manuals here and service booklets. It's all full of goodies in there. So now that we've seen those, we can come back around. I'll show, we can hit our button right here. Works awesome. Now let's make our way to the driver's area. We'll start it up in just 1 second. Once again, we've got the memory seats up here. Door panel looks great. Plenty of storage for, your big water bottle or whatever else you might need to store in there. Bottom of the door looks great. All the hinges and jambs. And we have the VIN plate right here. Now let's look at the driver's seat. And it is in excellent condition. There's really not much of any wear on it. There's a little bit of areas here where you can just tell the leather was exercised, from using it, but there's no damage or anything like that. If you look into this vehicle, it just looks as new. It's super, super impressive, as I've been saying. And we can see there, only 39,000 miles on it. Let's start it right up. Starts instantly, runs super smooth. Of course, this vehicle has the 3.6 liter VR6, 300 horsepower. Very fun to drive. This does have the nice 3-spoke steering wheel with the paddle shifters on it, and this does have an 8-speed automatic transmission. We've got the dual zone climate control up here. We've got the heated and ventilated seats, a part of that premium package. We've got some media inputs in our center storage cubby there, and we can actually slide this forward so it covers the cup holders, but then you've got a more forward armrest here. So nice to see that adjustability there. Let's use the sunroof functions now. First, let's do the shade. On used vehicles, it's always a good idea to test the sunroof functions, make sure everything works properly. And we can see there. Now let's put it back away. And this really is no abnormal sagging or anything getting held up. It all looks good. Now we can open our sunroof. Works good there. Let's put it back down, or close it rather. And then we can also, once it closes here, can also just tilt it. So just want to show everything works great there. Same thing with all of the interior lighting functions here. some really cool sort of ambient lighting that goes on and off with the vehicle. All different sorts of cool things you can do with the interior of your Porsche here. Of course, I'm not showing you maybe all the features because that would be a whole other video on its own, just showing you that everything that's important does work as designed. We can even go through some of our screens here. Everything is very responsive. Go to our navigation, confirm that, and then I do just want to look at the map, so I'll hit map, and we can see there right on 111 in Boxborough. Go to our radio. Everything just works great. The screen is in really nice shape, and it really just all presents as you would expect for a really well cared for low mileage Porsche. Now let's look in our engine bay. We've got our VR6 idling away. All the plastics, everything in here look great. Super clean engine bay. Underside of the hood looks good. And it's just so clean inside this engine bay. If you look down at the front of the engine block, everything is just super, super clean. There's like no corrosion or road grit built up anywhere. It's really quite impressive. If you can come see this car in person and shine a light in different places, it is really, really something to see. And now the last thing I'll show you is just a couple little imperfections. There's a couple little chrome pieces missing on some of the window switches here. All the windows, everything works as designed. It all works properly, but you can just see right there and right there, there is just a little bit of chrome that's missing. But now I believe we've gone over this Porsche very thoroughly. Last thing we need to do is just look at the underbody. Let's put it up on the lift and take a look. And now with the Cayenne up on our scissor lift, let's take a look at the underbody condition. And this makes me very excited to show you, as this vehicle's from Florida and you can just see how clean it is under here. I'll give some comments as we look at a few things. So looking at the rear differential, the rear axles here, everything is very dry, very clean, as well as all the suspension components, all the bolts. Check out even these exhaust clamps right here. Look at how clean these are. You can count every single thread. It's perfectly clean. There's not an ounce of corrosion on there. If this vehicle was in New England, driven in a New England winter for even a season or two, this would look very different. So this vehicle is a prime candidate really for an underbody protective treatment before it starts to get used in New England. So we acquired this, as mentioned previously in the video, from Florida. So we can just see everything is just in excellent condition, super clean, and with the low mileage, it was just seldomly used. It really looks like it hasn't even been down a dirt road, even looking at how clean the inside of the wheels are. And we normally will clean or detail underbodies of vehicles to prepare them for marketing. This one, we haven't cleaned. You can see there's a little bit of the road grime on there. This underbody would end up looking literally showroom if you did spend the time to detail it, but this is just how we received the car, and it's just so impressive how clean this is. So let's keep working our way down the underbody. There's the transfer case there, the exhaust. Looking up here, we can see the center drive shaft. No damage to any of the underbody components like the gas tank. All the rocker panels look great. Let's move around our lift here. And once again, everything is just super clean, very orderly. Looking there into the engine bay side of the transmission, everything is very dry. Same thing with the transfer case there. Now looking at the front suspension components, we have those nice big front calipers. Front axles are all dry. The boots are in great shape. Same thing with all the rest of the suspension components. It's just all so clean, so impressive. All of these steel, subframe structures here, everything just looks great. And even the underside of the front bumper, of course, this vehicle does have great approach and departure angles with the ground clearance, but still, There's not like a single scuff or anything on any of these plastic shields. It's really just overall super, super impressive. So now that we've taken a close look at the underbody, let me give some final comments about this Cayenne. So now that we've done a comprehensive inspection of this Cayenne, I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Maybe you learned something new about the Cayenne. Either way, we can all appreciate really how well this vehicle was taken care of, and really all of the value-added improvements of the maintenance that have been done, the paint protection film, and of course the fact that the underneath is just so clean, it's going to make future servicing less expensive and, you know, have less things deteriorate due to corrosion. So this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough showroom. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe so then you don't miss out on the latest motoring content.